Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to the East-West Show. Jack Chow is my name on the East-West Show with a lot of pride. Today we're talking about our own community. It was exactly yesterday we were talking about West Covina, and there is lots of good stuff merging in the city, great city of West Covina, including our great shopping mall, the South Hills Plaza. So today I'm talking about South Hill Plaza. I have the pleasure of being visited by two wonderful individuals in the area. They are with the LT Global Investment Group, right? And we have Wei Huang, and she is the Vice President of Acquisition and Assessment Management.
Thank you.
Welcome, Wei, to the show.
Thank you, Jack.
Beautiful name, Wei. Right? Good,
It's
very
a common
good.
name, yeah.
And both sound beautiful and easy on the lips.
Exactly.
Wei, like that,
Yes.
right? Okay, very good. And next to Wei, we have Kevin and Kevin Chen. Kevin Chen is the assistant to project management.
Yep.
Right. So,
Nice to meet you.
Kevin, welcome to the show.
Yep.
To both of you, right? Good. We welcome you on behalf of West Convenience, right? Okay. West Covina is a beautiful city, and it's a beautiful area that we locate ourselves for 20-something years already here in this very great city. So we care about each step of its development.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And on my homework, I have your vision of South Hill Plaza. That's a big word. That's a big subject, big term. And last night we had a council meeting that I went.
Yes.
They totally talking about the vision,
Yes.
right? So who want to start?
Yeah, before probably Kevin say that, I would just want to say we totally agree with you, Jack. You talked about the beautiful city and the things. That's exactly what we see it, and that's exactly part of our reason back in 2014, LT Global, we choose West Covina as our first investment in the United States. That's why we truly trust in this city and in this community.
I should say you made a good choice.
Absolutely. Thank
You
you.
made best choice. All right?
Thank
I
you.
promise you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would have moved already. We stayed here ever since. We rooted. Right?
Yes,
Very good.
yes.
Starting, Kevin, please.
Okay. Great. LT Global is a company. We're based in Hong Kong. We have a public listed company in Hong Kong, and we'll go into more details about that later. So as Wei mentioned, that this is our first project in Southern California in America. And since we bought the property back in 2014, we've made great significant improvements to our center. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to create a community center that creates a synergy for the community, and to also create a platform for great business to come and to have people enjoy at the plaza. So throughout the past couple of years, we've been very involved in the community. We've been involved with the city. We've been involved with local schools. We've been involved with our local residents. And we have every year, actually past decade, actually, we took over the Japanese Cherry Blossom Festival, and we have food trucks, we have booths, and that promotes the center and also the community. And in conjunction with that, we work with schools to have poster contests. And also we've worked with the city for a K9 event, which basically is, it was a fundraising event where we brought food trucks in, and then to promote the police K9 department. And then we made the full donation to the city's K9s. And also we've also sponsored another event. So we've only gotten this project for 2 years, and then we've sponsored 2 events a year. And then the other event that we had was it was a food truck sponsoring for welcoming the Special Olympians. So we sponsored the Japanese Special Olympics team. So we brought them in, brought the whole team in, the staff.
We were involved.
Yeah, we were involved.
We were in that case.
Yeah. So we've made great strides, and we're trying to create a synergy between everyone in West Covina. And so ever since we bought the property, as you may have noticed, we've done a lot of work to it. We've done repainting, we've done redesigning. Our design team has done a great job on a lot of the creative platform that attracts different tenants. And we've done repainting, we've done landscaping, we've created new signage for it. And so we are trying to create the platform for diversity and for new businesses and dining options for people to come in and to serve the community, to make people want to stay in our plaza longer. So in our next steps, along with all the renovations, our plan is to promote and create another corner coffee shop. That building was dilapidated for more than 4 years, with another building dilapidated for 10 plus years. So our goal is to revitalize that corner, and also to create a open landscape area for people to hang out and to connect the entire center together.
I see.
So that we have outdoor seating. That we lack outdoor seating in that area right now. So we have outdoor seating, we have outdoor dining gathering spaces, where, and then just trying to create that local community feel that we were trying to achieve.
That's wonderful. Given the fact only 2 years, you're talking about quite lots of involvement.
Yes.
And by the way, I'm so glad that we found something in common. It was last night at the council meeting. We, EDI, the organization, donated 2 big checks to the after-school programs. One to the school district, one to the after-school programs. And well, I believe that kind of move would, quote unquote, from you, unite the community to go for better life. Right? So to the vision, you have anything to put on top?
Yeah, I would say that's exactly like what Karen said. For us as a developer, we're real estate investors, developer, and asset managers. South Hills Plaza is one of our projects here in America, and we see it is a place not only our asset, it's a community's asset.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we want to improve it to increase the value for the community. Not once people come, it becomes a greater asset for community. It becomes a greater asset for us.
That's the beautiful part for asset management, right?
Yes.
When you get involved, the value goes like. Right?
Yeah, the
right.
value the value is a product of uniting the community and creating a great space for people to come. Yes.
Good. Wonderful. My dear audience, today with this two wonderful individuals, we're learning about our South Hills Plaza, which is the core center of West Covina. And with the original center, which is by the freeway though, South Hills Plaza is kind of little towards the south side, right? Little towards the side. What happened with the Elephant Bar area? Elephant Bar right off the Chase Bank, that cross section, does that include that area? No. It's the South Hill area.
Yeah, it's at Azusa and Aroma, and it's anchored by Tokyo Central and 24 Fitness. Yeah, those are 2 of our anchors. Exactly like what Jack, what you say. We see that shopping center is more like a regional center, more regional neighborhood center. It's not like the Plaza West Covina. It's a regional jaw. For us, we're sitting in the center of a residential community. We provide the everyday services for our neighbors, from groceries to fitness to coffee shop to USPS and animal hospital, dental, meal service. So basically, it's a one-stop shop.
You smooth lining it.
Yes.
You smooth lining all the day-to-day life necessities.
Exactly.
Including even post office.
Yes.
Right? A school.
Yes.
Or a clinic.
Yes.
Or veterinary shop or something like that kind of. Right? That's good. That's good. And how long that will take in overall vision towards the finishing piece?
Well, I would say it will be an ongoing process, because for us, our goal for the real estate is a long-term holding, because we're long-term holders.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're not like, different real estate investment company have their own strategies. Some of them buy and do value add and sell. But for LT Global, we believe in long-term value for our shopping centers. So it take time for us to one step and then the other.
You know, I appreciate that. You're talking about a big tree. Well, you enjoy the shade, right? You don't want to forget who started planting the small seed like that. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, start at the very beginning. Right?
Yeah, exactly. So it took us 2 years to did the first round of facelift, and then now we're the next step is for
Very
the
good,
corner,
very good.
and then after corner we probably will move to the parking lot and some other
Sure.
plans. Yeah.
My dear audience, a lovely audience, is today we're checking about our own backyard. Our own backyard being that there is a huge plaza, shopping mall area being built in between on Azusa at the Amar area. Aroma, right after the slope. Right after the slope, the top of the slope.
If you're coming from north, it's before the slope.
Before the slope.
If you're coming from the 10, it's
I see.
before the. If you're going south, it's before the slope. Yes. If you're
okay.
coming from south,
The
it is
beautiful
after the slope.
area.
Yeah.
We're talking about development of our own backyard. Of course, if you have interest in by any chance, about your own hometown, your own backyard, though, so this is it. Okay, stay with us. We'll be right back. Hello, dear folks. Welcome back to the show, East West Show. Jack Chow. I'm very, very amazed by the fact of talking about our own backyard. Backyard being the city of West Covina, in which you are expecting to see a huge plaza called South Hill Plaza. In addition to the traditional plaza, which is too small, obsolete or outdated, I don't know, but we are expecting to see much, much more with the help of LT Global Investment Group. They are wonderful people. Today, I have Wei Huang, the Vice President of Acquisition and Assets Management, and also I have Kevin Chang, his Assistant Manager for Projects. Okay. To both of you, once again, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good. Every time when I talk about future, I get excited. I'm a future man. I'm the kind of X-Man future type, future version, all right? Well, talking about our own backyard, though, it has the base in the city of West Covina. To compare your vision versus the West Covina vision as a city, though, what do you find in common, in parallel, please?
Yes, this is very important that to match our vision with the city's overall vision, and that's as a developer, as an asset management, I think everyone understands that. So, like what I mentioned earlier, when we decide in this investment back in 2014, that's exactly one of the reasons why we did that decision, because we trust the city is in the move towards a direction that match our investment criteria.
Yeah. Because I've been noticing that the city has been focusing on a couple of main elements to develop a great city, and one first of all is to have a great location, which I believe West Covina has. It's right by the 10. It's surrounded by different freeways. There's got to be a diversity of demographics, and I believe with the growing population here, we do have that. There's got to be a quality of life with safe neighborhoods, with good school districts. And there has to be a pro-business development to bring in quality local restaurants and also world-class businesses. So this exactly aligns with what we believe in, and we believe that we can grow with the city hand in hand with our continued involvement to be able to not only, the city is creating a great general plan with a great platform for the entire city, but for our local regional center, we're doing the same thing. We're creating a good quality services, to great platform for the businesses to grow in.
Yeah,
All right, very good, very good.
Yeah, I just want to add on on top of the fundamentals, the locations and the the demographics and everything the city already have, and we see there are the changes in the community too. So it is a growing city. And that's why I believe that's why the city is considering a general plan update to match the current need for land use, to meet the needs for the new neighborhood, new communities, and that's exactly where we see as a developer and asset investment company, we see where the opportunity is. So we hope we can match the same vision with the city and grow together with the city.
Exactly. My appreciation always goes to developers. It was exactly last night, same night, I was downstairs watching from the display window pictures provided by the West Covina Historian Society. There are two pictures, one of 1953, the other for 1968 or something, right? Within 15-year period, you see the landscape kind of like bloom, and then you're looking at nowadays, then you're looking at until your program is finished, you'll be stepping up, see more and more grander pictures of the West Covina, and my appreciation goes to developers. And in a coincidence, I found this city council, all the 5 members, city councils, they kind of like very proactive to development. The Mayor Washaw, Pro Tem Spence, and Toma, and Lloyd Johnson, Council Wu, especially Council Wu is very, very active in this whole area. So God bless them, stay there a longer time so that the plan goes on and on. Right? Okay.
Exactly.
Very good. Let me move to my next question. Let me hear something about LG Global, because
LT Global.
LT Global, I know it is a big company based out of Hong Kong, but you are everywhere. So let me know something about your basic, please.
Yeah, sure. So LTG South Hills is owner for South Hills Plaza. The parent company is LT Global Investment. We are the U.S. subsidiary of our Hong Kong-based parent. So the parent company is a public listed company in Hong Kong Stock Exchange, and we are real estate developers and investors back in Asia too. But Jack probably know the difference in between Asia and the U.S. So the projects we did back in Asia, those are much bigger in scales. We have a focus in retail, but most of the projects we have done in Asia are mixed use, urban style, high-rise projects. For example, one of the projects we just opened in Tangshan in December 2016. That one is approximately 10 million square feet. Yeah, it includes a large, about 2 million square feet shopping center plus high rises of residential and retail and offices. Also, we have another mixed-use project in northern China, which is done a couple of years ago. That one's like 6 million square feet. So those are the type of mixed-use urban development we do, and we're specialized in back in Asia. So LT Global established our U.S. Office back in 2013. As I introduced, West Covina is our first investment in the U.S. And right after that, we acquired another property in Anaheim, right next to the Angels baseball stadium.
I see.
Yeah, that's a 15-acre site for ground-up development. So we're planning for a mixed use for retail, office, residential, hotel together. The residential tower. Hopefully, it will be one of the highest building in Orange County. We got the approval from the Anaheim City Council back in December last year. So that project is our major ground up, and it's moving forward. But back to West Covina, that's the existing value add asset we acquired back in 2014. Yeah, so that's another exciting, there are a lot of exciting things happening there too.
I don't know the difference between you and the Donald Trump development group. It sounds like it's big.
Well,
sounds like about the same size.
No, it's different.
It's different, I know, but I'm only judging by the size. But here, the surprising projects after project after projects. That's a lot.
Yes.
And to my point, I would say, on behalf of West Covina, that our city is in a good pair of hands, right?
Yes.
In terms of development.
Thank you.
What's your developer's philosophy? There's a lot of people who are not only interested in hearing about developer stories, but they are, as a matter of fact, getting involved, right, in the developing business, either by actually doing it or even by investment, right? So, what's your philosophy, please?
Sure. I would say one of the very important elements for LT Global's real estate development, that's part of the reason why we can stand in the past decades, both in Asia and started in the US, is about a sustainable development in our real estate development philosophy. While we're talking about sustainable, people are thinking about trees and grasses and environmental friendly, sustainable. That's absolutely true. Is part of it. That's one of the renovation we did in South Hill Plaza is we changed a lot of landscaping there about 2 years ago for water saving purposes. But however, what I'm trying to say is sustainable development on top of environmental sustainability, it also includes social sustainability and economic sustainability.
Good point. Yes.
So
yes,
for a project, for a real estate project sitting on the ground, it has the roots in the social sustainability. So no matter what kind of property we're developing, that's why even we are growing globally right now, but we're looking into the roots of each project, into the localized social value of each property.
Exactly.
That's exactly part of the reason why, as Kevin introduced earlier, why we were trying to be part of the community by engaging the people together, creating those, sponsoring those events, and work with the city on all those Special Olympic and the K9 activities. That's our belief in the social sustainability of a project.
Very
right.
Very good. Very good.
And the last the last thing is about the economic sustainability. That's absolutely important for any real estate developers.
And Kevin, you want to say anything about that? Because I find that this is very, very, I call it overall, very overall, because you're talking about, of course, sustainability, right? In speaking of sustainability, you're talking about environmental protection. You're talking about the green energy, right? You're talking about a societal value, right? And also you're talking about you don't want to lose money on that, and it has to have commercial value. So altogether, you're kind of doing a four-way promotion for this philosophy. Sounds right?
Yes, exactly.
Very good. Very good.
Because for the let's talk about the economic sustainability. It's not just for us. It's as we are long-term holders.
Of
it's
course,
not to just go in, invest, and get our money out. It needs to be sustainable by itself, especially for operating of a commercial project.
You're right.
We need to analyze the synergies between the tenants and how we make sure the investment itself can be sustainable over
very,
years.
very beautifully stated. I love that. Not only the plan itself, I love the philosophy. The philosophy is the most. So, my dear audiences, let's take a break here. When we come back, we'll find out from here on the conflicts between actual development and cyber expansion. You see what I mean? Okay, very good. So, stay with us. Hello, my dear friends, lovely audiences. Welcome back to the show, Jack Chow. and getting excited again every time we talk about our hometown, our own backyard, our beautiful city, West Covina. We locate ourselves here more than 20 years, and we never want to move, and we want to see, we want to eyewitness the development of the city. Thanks to the city leadership and the beautiful council members that I know each of them. In addition, we have doers, actual doers, hands-on-the-job doers, right? Today, they are visiting me. They are Wei Huang, the Vice President of Acquisition and Assets Management, and also Kevin, the Assistant Manager for Projects. Once again, to both of you, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I thank you for the fact that not only you're doing the job, actually you get the message out, right? Let the community members know what we are doing, what you will be seeing, right? And looks to me the South Hills Plaza is going to be one of the very biggest plaza of Southern California, and we're ready for it. My question, my worry, call it not worry, trepidation, for example, versus the trend of the cyber commerce, right? For example, by the way, whatever I say is my personal, okay? I have to make the declaration myself. It represents me, nothing but me. It doesn't do anything for the TV show, for EDI either. It doesn't, just me, my personal opinion, Alibaba, for example, right? The more, it looks to me, the more that kind of commercial activities develops, the less use of plaza, of a commercial plaza. So how do you handle the contradiction? You feel the challenge there already? You don't look at that as challenge, or you never mind, or so on and so forth? What do you see?
Yeah, absolutely, Jack. That part of the discussion has been going on for a while, and the online shopping, online retail, the technology change has proven to be a threat to the traditional retail business, for both for retailers and for retail developers. And it happened globally, not only in the U.S., both in Asia, in the U.S., and anywhere else. It's the same thing. So it forced retail developers like us to find a way to change, to modify ourselves to meet the new needs of new types of shopping centers. That's exactly what we're trying to do at South Hills Plaza.
Oh, yeah?
South Hills is a smaller shopping center actually. So if we're looking towards a more more broader view for like a lot of the like Macy's and the Nordstrom, all those big box retails there. We see that always on the news. Everyone is suffering in the past couple of years. A lot of the regional shopping centers, they're thinking about a way to limit the percentage of retail services. So that's why when you mentioned commercial retail, whether we're talking about retail or we're talking about more experimental elements like food and beverage and entertainment, and those are exactly what a lot of the real estate developers are taking a step towards the change. Like the shopping center I mentioned earlier, we just opened back in December last year in China, 10 million square feet, about 2 million in commercial. About only, if I remember correctly, only about 40% is commercial retail, and there's a much bigger percentage towards entertainment and food and beverage. Just to compare, traditionally, the retail component in a shopping center normally it's towards 80 or 90%. So that is a trend a lot of the retail developers are forcing to change. And that's exactly, exactly what we're doing here. So that's why we're considering a open air space instead. We are demoing the building to create that space for people to come in and experience. So for us, a traditional anchor store is no longer exist. the open space itself serves the purpose as an anchor for the new form of the shopping center.
All right, okay. Your take?
I think exactly. There has been a transformation between online shopping and actual physical retail space. We're at an advantage here in Southern California because we get the sunshine. You can't get too much sun when you just shop at home, scroll through a mouse. There has to be a gathering space for people, for your friends. It's like, hey, you don't want to just keep hanging out at your home and shop all day. So that's why there's a new trend and creation of public gathering places for people to enjoy that has a variety of food options, entertainment options with selected retail spaces.
At least get some suntan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Very good. That's a good sound concept. To go further, Kevin, to go a little further, what moves the society around is production, right? It is production. You produce, you move the society, move forward, right? The logistic or the transfer of items do not move the society around. Am I right? By logic. Okay. Now, if you change the ways of exchange items, you still do not move the society forward. Am I right? What does move society forward is that there wasn't a coffee shop over there in the corner, and 2 years' time there is one, and 10 years' time there are two, and there are three, and keep adding on. We're talking about actual movement. Actual. In the very beginning, I talk about hands-on, right? So, does that make a philosophy to add to your philosophy?
Absolutely, that's exactly. I mean, that's an important concept actually in our retail business. Not only for the tenants to create synergies between each other to create a better business, but also, you know, sometimes I guess we're talking about a little bit like sometimes competition exists. But the competition encourages the business owners when there's more and more dense tenants into a place. There will be competitions between the tenants. However, that kind of competition creates a synergy and encourages the business owners to do a better job to service their customers better, and the customer will be the ultimate. People get benefit from
Take it positively. There's the challenge, and then only push you to do a better job, right?
Yes.
Okay, my dear audience, today is one of the very, very beautiful moments that I share not only information, but also the concept with the two wonderful individuals. They are my new friend, Wei Huang, the Vice President of Acquisition Assessment of LT Global Investment, and also Kevin, Assistant Manager to Projects. Both of them are having a good time, I believe, with me. Right? Okay. Let's take a short moment now. Let's stretch it to the community, see that how we survive as a community to get that situation, get along with that situation, put it that way. So stay with us, please. Hello, my dear audience. Welcome back to the show. Jack Chow. Once again, getting excited, talking about our own community. West Covina being our city. We're here rooted forever. We don't plan to go anywhere. It's a beautiful city. It's a lovely city with lots of lovely people around. And speaking of lovely people, we have two here. My good friend, Wei Huang. And she is the Vice President of Acquisition and Assessment Manager of LT Investment Group. And also we have Kevin. Kevin is Assistant Manager for Projects of LT Investment Group. So once again, to both of you, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I find myself more and more into your projects. The project's name is South Hills Plaza. And I know that not only are we expecting a beautiful plaza, we want to see some untraditional ways in the term of improvement. As we all see the challenge of the new merge of the cyber commerce, stuff like that. And I want to get the information from Wei about how we handle it in a way that we gladly accepted the competition. We decided to do X, Y, Z, so on and so forth. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. For as we mentioned earlier, South Hills Plaza is different from regional shopping center. It's a neighborhood center, so it's very important for us to corresponding to the neighbors' everyday needs. So in our process of analyzing our next steps, it's very important for us to understand what people's need in our shopping center. For example, about 2 weeks ago, we did a very short survey. I was there by myself, just by talking to the shoppers at at South Hills Plaza, for the people going to Tokyo Central, for the people going to 21st Fitness, and just by chatting with them and talking to them, what they are looking forward in this shopping center. Are they looking for more dining options, and what kind of lifestyle are they kind of like to engage with? And those results to be a lot of them are very interesting and inspiring for us as the property owner. And I believe that matches our original vision for the shopping center to make it more experimental kind of activities for our neighbors and corresponding to their everyday life. Yeah, we have a place for people to, for senior citizens to sit down and probably enjoy their morning coffee in the sunshine and get a lottery ticket and talk about what happened last night. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Exactly. It's part of their everyday routine. And we hope it will keep going. But we also notice there are people in the community like me. I'm a mom with in the morning, I have my kids in my back seat, and on my way to the work, I need to grab a cup of coffee on my way onto the freeway. So those are kind of the service we need. And we talk to the college students and high school students. So after work, like I know we mentioned the after school program, but for senior students, I mean for older students in high school and college, we want to create a place for them to come over and have their teamwork together, have a community table to buy some drinks and have their snack time and work together.
Yes, involvement.
Exactly. So we listen to their needs and we study it and we create those spaces and services to corresponding to these kind of needs. So by doing that, we hope we can gather people together and
And your take, Kevin?
My take is exactly the same. I agree with Wei 100%. What we're trying to do on our next step is not only create a landscape area where people can gather, linking up the whole, uniting the whole plaza together. We're also looking into working with the city to put in a drive-through for the coffee shop, so that exactly Wei, when she's on the way to work or dropping out the kids are asleep, she needs some coffee, she can just go in and pick it up right up and leave. So we're trying to create diversity and to attract everyone, to accommodate for everyone's need for our local community.
And after all, you know, I can back you up by one basic philosophy. You saw the movie Castaway?
Not yet.
Castaway.
Tom Hanks?
Castaway, right? Tom Hanks, right?
Yeah.
So he was kind of after a air traffic accident. He was kind of alone on an isolated island. Of course, he did fight for his chance of survival. He did survive, and at the very end, he was almost crazy, out of his mind. Why was he crazy? He had food, plenty of supply of fish, right? And he found out the ways to survive the heat, or even the night cold. So he still went crazy. Why? Because the loneliness. People need people. People need to communicate. If I lock you up for 5 days in a black room, supply you with sufficient food, whatever. You want a coffee, okay, I'll give you everything, and you still get mad. You go crazy because it's the loneliness that kills you. The same thing, right? So you may enjoy music, or you may see a movie on a cyberspace, whatever. You get our glasses, get carried away spiritually, and all of a sudden you feel the need of a coffee. Does it give you coffee? You have to go buy it.
Right? Exactly.
The going and the buying part are the physical involvement that you are talking about. Am I right?
Yes. And then, you know, this plaza was built in 1980s, and we bought the plaza in 2014. Throughout the approximately 30-year span, my opinion is kind of like being cast away. You know, it was a little dilapidated.
Being cast away, yes.
We're here to rescue.
Yeah.
We're here to create that social engagement again. So that's why we're creating a platform for doing all the architectural work, design work, new signages, new landscape area, to be able to allow for that to happen again. That's what our purpose is.
All right. And just now, where you mentioned about the proportion of by percentage about the retail and the actual word, I mean the common word retail. There are retail and a retail, something like that, right? So if I may, I would like to recommend the Chinese concept, right? To the regular people, food is heaven. 民以食为天, right?
Yes.
Okay. To regular people, food is heaven. So emphasize on that food consuming.
You have to go out to eat.
You have to go out to eat.
You cannot
Okay.
use the computer.
Let me do like 50% of a retail shopping food-wise.
Yes.
Right? That gets them there, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
My coffee is better than yours, your coffee is better than his, and then they go for the best, food-wise. They have a 85 degrees C by the freeway.
Yes.
And then the other side, they have all kinds of food.
Yes.
That area explodes within a short time.
Yep.
Sure.
All right. I went last night to the Jin Korean barbecue
Okay.
on the opposite to Chase Bank. Beautiful food. It's the food that got us there. We don't care who's cyber, who's not cyber, but we need food, right?
Yep.
So that development, we so glad to find out that is on the actual kind of hand-to-hand, actual involvement of consuming, right? Very good. And you're two looking down. I know that you keep adding projects on the land, though. Where or when would be the time that we'll see a relatively different picture? Say, oh, yeah, this is it.
So
5 years, 10 years?
hopefully, I think if we can get the corner fixed up in the next 1 or 2 years, it will already change the dynamic of the current shopping center. Yeah, it's an existing shopping center. There are a lot of limits. It's different from the ground-up project. So when we're working with the existing shopping center, there are more limits than ground-up. So that's why sometimes it takes time to make it happen.
Okay.
But yeah.
That one we understand. It takes time, it takes lots of money, it takes lots of efforts. In particular, it takes lots of beautiful mind.
Yes.
Beautiful mind.
Yep.
And my audience is, I have to thank them for having the beautiful mind, having chosen our city to do so. I believe in Southern California, there are places that do not deserve that. We are one of the few that deserve it. And my dear audience, thank you very much for watching. And to each of you, thank you again for coming here, for sharing. I wish to see sometime you call me Jack. We want to come over for another show because one of the cornerstones is done. Like that. Deal?
Yep.
Exactly.
Okay, very good.